We're getting the pen ready for the next pair of pigs we're going to get tomorrow morning. 9 o'clock sharp at the Pig Man. We're gonna take you with us so you can see all about the pig farm, where we get it, how he breeds them, and how it all works. Let's go. I'm Becky. I used to live in the consumer rat race just like you. But one day I had enough, so I sold it all, moved to the country, and built my own log cabin with my own 2 hands. Now, I spend my time discovering new ways to live a simple, healthy lifestyle with more free time and way less stress. Then, sharing what I've learned with you. Welcome to Becky's Homestead. I love raising hogs for meat because cows eat too much and they're big and need a lot of room. They're very expensive to feed, to bring to the point where you can butcher them. Hogs are way, way less expensive to feed. And I personally would rather have a pork chop than a steak. So I love doing the hogs. Okay, so here's my pen. I buy the professional hog wire at Tractor Supply. And it's 16 feet long. It's in one piece. So I go get that and I just get 4 of them. So my pen is 16 by 16. I like to make a big pen. A lot of people have a little hog pen. I like to have a big hog pen so they have plenty of room and they're comfortable and happy. I have the water trough right here and I always get everything ready before I go get the hog. So I'm gonna even fill this up with water tonight, because tomorrow morning we're going to get them. Here is the automatic feeder. It is a dog feeder, but I like the dog feeder because it attaches to the outside of the pen. What I will be doing is putting a board up right here, and then I'm gonna put some kind of a little roof, you know, just from this side to this side, little triangle roof. And then I'll put hay under it. I notice when they're little, they'll go under there and get in the hay, but as soon as they're big, their hide is so thick, even when it rains and everything, they just stay out. They don't care. All right, and here's my gate. As you can see, I want everybody to notice this part. I told you the wire, hog wire is 16 by 16. So I did cut it off here to go to this post because you do need a gate. But the extra piece, I don't know if Scott can zoom in and see it. It is right here. I attach it to the gate so they can't get out through the gate. So I do utilize the entire 16-foot piece. Always make the gate so the gate opens in. That way when the pigs are in there and they push, they're just pushing the gate closed. They're not pushing it open to escape. I keep 2 hogs in this 16 by 16 pen. I used to just raise 1 at a time, but they do seem happier when there's 2 in there, especially when you get them when they're little. They like each other. The only thing about that is 1 always gets more food and becomes like the boss. It's like the pushy one. So that one will mature faster. It'll be bigger, it'll be fatter. But that also works out because I don't butcher them both at the same time. I'll take that bigger one, have it butchered when it reaches the proper weight, which is about 200 pounds. And then the other one's left here by itself, which it's perfectly fine at that point because it's comfortable here. This is its home. So when you take the one away to butcher it, it's not upset at all. In fact, it's happy because it gets all the food for a change. And then I'll wait a few months until the other one reaches around 200 pounds and then I'll butcher that one. And I'm so excited because, I don't know, I just like to do it. I had to replace this hog wire because I had borrowed this side right here to make my arch in my garden. I'm gonna show you how I did that. I'm gonna dig down a little bit and dig a little trench before I add the hog wire. I'm doing a little bit of a trench so the wire is embedded in the ground good. I find if you feed the hogs continuously like I do, all they want, they don't even try to get out because they're happy. I think if you don't give them enough food, they get out because they're hungry. They're motivated by hunger and food. But I use an automatic feeder and I feed mine all they want. So my hogs never try to get out. Okay, I guess I gotta get the wire and just see what it looks like. As you can see, this piece of hog wire has big squares on the top and little squares on the bottom. It only matters when they're piglets, because when they're piglets, they can fit through these squares. So they make the bottom ones small. Once they're big, they can't fit through any of them. I've also learned that you always want to put the fence on the inside of the post, because animals push on stuff and they're very destructive. So once you build something, you don't want to have to come back and make a million repairs. Okay, so I'm going to push that down a little bit right there. Animals are very destructive and they definitely move the earth. So you got to kind of fix it. Fix it up a little before you get the next batch. I want to make sure my gate closes. Opens and closes. This will be dirt. They'll eat everything in here. There we go. I like to get it all set nice before I get the next two in here. I try to build it really sturdy so I don't have any problems once the pigs are in. I'm gonna start right here. All right, you don't need too many because they don't really pull on it, they push on it. I come out every day and feed and water the pigs, and I examine the pen because, you know, I like to take care and catch any problems before they happen. So it doesn't have to be perfect, because I will make adjustments as needed. And I've done this enough to know, go ahead and spend the money on the hog panel because little piglets get out. Once they get big, like I said, they just eat and sleep. But when they're little, they're like more curious and they will get out. And nothing is harder to catch than a little darn piglet that doesn't want to be caught, and you'll be very frustrated. And I mean, it could run all over the neighborhood. It's really a pain in the butt. So invest in the hog wire. And the reason the hog wire is not that high is because they don't jump. Pigs don't jump. This is a dog feeder, not a hog feeder, but it works. As you can see, I have bungee cord. I have it up on a board. I have PVC pipe around it. I mean, they are just brutal on the feeder. So good thing it is on the outside, or they'd probably tear it up and eat the metal. I don't know. Now I'm getting the water tub. On the homestead, I have a variety. I buy all these used. I always get the rubber. They're very durable. They last. I'm starting out with this one because it has low edges and they won't be able to reach in this deeper one. But eventually I'll switch to this one because it holds more water. And they like to get in it when they're hot. So they're kind of a pain, but they're worth every penny because it's just such good meat. So I'm just gonna put the water tub right here. Nice flat spot. You know, they move it around. It does not stay right there. So I don't know how I'm gonna get that out of there. I guess I'm gonna have to use my hand. And you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go, and that way they can just stick their little head in there and eat. The nice thing about this size pen is the pigs will move the water trough around, but it doesn't matter because no matter where it is, I can just fill it up. Okay, tomorrow morning, 9 sharp, we're gonna go get the pigs. Oh yes, we know. We have a whole little farm ourselves.
All right, vitamin enriched prison food. Come on here.
How come it's so wet?
Well, that's just the way you get it sometimes. When I go there, whatever's there is there. There he has 5 brothers and sisters in that bunch.
Oh, he does. He came out looking different. Look at his little round butt. That is a nice little pig. Oh, thank you.
Because some of them...
Well, what's the best thing to feed the little piggies?
Basically,
All through their life, from this age all the way until I'm ready to butcher them.
about 80% corn and about a 20% soybean meal with it.
Is there anything you should never feed a pig? Something that's toxic to them?
Plastic and glass. Well, you know, you ask, I'm telling you.
And would they try to eat that?
Oh, they'll eat the plastic.
Okay, now here's a question that's kind of on the, you know, I don't want gross side, let's just say. Let's say I got in that pasture in there with those two big hogs and I was unconscious and just fell on the ground. Would those hogs eat me? Or would I just wake up and be able to walk out of there?
They may smell of you and they may push and roll you around, but I don't hardly feel like they'd eat you. Not for the first day.
Not for the first day. So if I was passed out for 2 days.
Yeah.
So a pig is dangerous. That is a dangerous animal for a greenie who thinks, oh, I'm going to raise hogs. Let's just go get, you know how some people are like, oh, it's a little piggy. No. Oh, what a cute little piggy.
If you raise a little pig, it's generally not a problem. Unless, you know, you have a female and she has babies, they are protective of their babies. You know, that's just their nature.
So we want them to have the right mindset for that. You know, we don't want them to say, like I said, oh, it's a darling little pig. It's like my pet dog. No, it isn't. It's a hog in the pen, and there is a certain danger there. Yes. Is that correct?
Definitely. There is certainly a danger there, yes.
What about when you are having a hog in the hog pen and the family comes over and they want to feed the pigs? Should you allow the children to feed the pigs through the fence, or don't do that either? That's dangerous.
It's not dangerous to feed it through the fence, but you know, some people have a pig and they're raising it for meat, but when they, so to speak, play with it and feed it through the fence like that, then when it's ready to butcher, they can't do it because, oh, it's my buddy.
Right, they don't have the heart to because they've gotten a little too close to it.
Or the children's like, when they come over and they go to eat at a meal and they say, oh, is this part of Porky? I'm not going to eat this.
Right.
And, you know, then they throw it to the ceiling, you know what I'm saying?
And what a waste of time and effort and money that you've put into the hog pen, the hog, and whatnot. I always say that. You have to know how to handle the animal.
You can't just come out of nowhere and buy one in a pet store and go home and be an expert because you're in trouble.
Exactly. It takes a lot of time, and you need somebody to like mentor you and help you if you have questions. You always sell me boy pigs when I come here. One time I bought a girl pig, but you normally sell me neutered boy pigs.
Right.
And I want to know the reason why the pig has to be neutered according to meat quality.
Well, it's kind of an old adage that if you do not castrate one, the meat has a kind of a rank taste to it.
So it changes the flavor of the meat.
And also when you neuter one, they grow better and faster.
Sign up for Becky's Homestead newsletter. Go to beckyshomestead.com and sign up on the right. You'll get articles, news, and specials from Becky every month. Unsubscribe anytime, no spam.
Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions, please email me and Doodles. Happy homesteading. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it is. I was going to see where and how. Cowboy, what was it? I got to get my hoe and move that and see. Cowboy, what are you doing in there? Come on, get out of the way. Good boy. That's it. You're kind of annoying. Look at now Fifi's in there. Okay, we'll just pull this out a little, which is fine. You said Hank, and here he is.
They'll fix it for you.
It's not wanting to get. That is a petrified post. It's hard to get it started. We're getting there. It's gonna go crooked because the post is so hard.